doing all type of dumb shit, you know what I'm saying, violence or whatever.
It's hard to imagine such a magnificent building has been abandoned.
They're all abandoned houses.
This is where Mick Jackson's story began, where he was born and grew up. If you can't find a job, how do you stay here? This is Gary, Indiana, a city well known across the United States. In the 1990s, Gary earned the notorious title of America's murder capital with the highest murder rate per capita in the country. Even today, the crime rate here remains high. I found some recent crime statistics for Gary. In 2020, there were 49 murders, 16 rapes, 129 robberies, 431 burglaries, 1,340 thefts, 551 vehicle thefts, and 28 arson cases. Why is the crime rate so high? To answer that, we need to go back to 1906, when one of the founders of U.S. Steel, Albert Henry Gary, chose this location to build a steel mill. The city was actually named after him. Gary is a man-made industrial city. Back then, it was thriving, and the steel mill was once the largest in the world. But when the US began shifting its industrial focus to developing countries, Gary started to decline. From 1959, the US became a net importer of steel, and many people in Gary began to lose their jobs. They were forced to move away, and the population of Gary dropped from around 200,000 to 69,000 by 2020. As a result, many houses in Gary are now abandoned. I've arrived at one of the city's landmarks, an abandoned church. This church has many fences around it, but its selection seems to have been removed. I'm not sure if it's okay to go inside for a look. The building looks a bit scary and probably dangerous, as there could be falling debris. The church is so grand. It's hard to imagine such a magnificent building has been abandoned. This church was built over 100 years ago, and at that time, it cost $800,000 to construct, equivalent to $40 million today. Honestly, being here gives me a bit of a fright, because I worry this place could be a crime hotspot, that it might be hiding some unspeakable secrets. There's a fireplace here, and it looks like someone has recently lit a fire. This church used to be operated very successfully, with a capacity to host up to 3,000 people a day. But due to the massive population decline, it couldn't continue operating and was forced to close in 1975. Standing in this building right now, it's hard to describe my feelings. The structure is so dilapidated, but with plants growing everywhere. You can also feel the vibrant and tenacious power of life. It seems to symbolize how eventually nature will take back everything. The window of this car was smashed. I shall probably get back to my car right away.
Well, every day I'm on 25th and Clark Road. What's your name?
John.
John.
And you?
Okay. So can you come back to you?
How many years have you lived in here?
Ever since I was 9. I'm 75 now.
So you witnessed all the city changes?
Oh yeah. When Broadway was kicking and everything was going good.
Yeah, but too noise here. I just travel here.
Okay.
Basically here. Thank you.
All right, now you be great now.
Yeah,
Stay
you
up,
too.
man.
Let me check the housing price in this area. $43,000 for this good condition house. The one that was burned down cost $14,000. I found that in Gary, a total of 13,000 houses has been abandoned. Some are completely dilapidated, while others need repairs. This is where Mick Jackson's story began, where he was born and grew up, right here in this neighborhood. It's hard to believe a family of 11 lived in this small 2-bedroom house. His father bought it for $7,000. But this house wasn't just crowded with people, it was filled with music. The family would move the furniture to make room for dancing, and even were doing chores. They'd hold song contests. Michael once said, "Music was our destiny." He knew his childhood was different. In his memo, he remembered being 4 years old on Christmas Eve. Every house on the street was decorated, except theirs. No Christmas tree, no lights. Their house was the only one without any holiday cheer. Hi.
How you doing?
Yeah, good. I'm just passing through the city
Oh, yeah? Well, where you coming from?
from Chicago.
Okay. Nice to meet you again, man.
You lived in here?
I'm born and raised here. Be 68 next month.
The city used to be very nice, right?
That's good, man. We got a little more prospect than we had now. A little more job opportunity. Boy, that is township and all that, but you get more opportunity here. That will help a person, feed a person. Now you can't worry about everybody else. Take care of your kids and family and all that. You don't worry about everybody else.
Live here is safe or not?
Don't put it like that.
Yeah.
You got good people. You got bad people. That's only that 0.5%, 1%.
I got you.
Okay.
You know the lady.
Okay.
What you got
Nice to meet you.
You meet you too.
Yeah.
You right? Yeah.
To this.
Yeah. Yes, sit down.
What's your name?
Natasha.
Natasha. Nice to meet you.
Natasha.
Natasha.
Natasha. Natasha.
My name is Tom.
Yeah, and Natasha. And Kim. Okay. And when you take a picture, bud.
Oh, take picture.
What's that?
Yeah. Oh, I moved my car, I guess. Nice talking to you.
I would like to see you again.
Yeah.
man.
Hi. How long have you been living in the city?
I've been here for years. I was born and raised here.
Hundreds of thousands of people already left, so what reason keeps you here?
Well, this is my hometown. I'm used to it, and I'm 57, and I don't want to be going nowhere else.
The best and the worst thing? I think the worst thing is like the poverty. Like everybody's always homeless or just not having a place to stay.
The best things is we do have stuff that, functions and things, and other people help each other around here. I mean, it's some bad days. Sometimes every city has bad days. But actually, it's pretty cool. I've been here all my life.
I've been here for years. I'm 47 years old. I love Gary. This is my city, born and raised. We got some issues that need to be addressed with the city, but at the same time, it is what it is. This is what you get.
How do you think about the city's future?
I believe it's a promise. It's gonna come up. Yes, I do.
So how?
We have a new mayor, and we have, councilmen, stuff like that. It's coming. Everything's coming along very well.
I love this city. You can't make this. This is Gary. We strive for excellence, but at the same time, we know it's some crazy shit going on around here. You know what I'm saying? You got people doing all type of dumb shit, you know what I'm saying? Violence or whatever, but this is my city. This is where I was born and raised.
I think it's gonna get better. I got faith and hope that it's gonna get better. I'm praying to make it more jobs, people more comfortable in the city.
The best thing is I feel like the community comes together more than a lot of other places.
The future, the politicians can come together as far as embezzling money and trying to help the city, then we can strive. I've just heard on the news a couple of cities like South Bend and Mishawaka, they're trying to help out Gary and make this city look better and do better.
My hope is that to bring more jobs,
Only jobs.
build more houses, make it great. I hear there's some good things coming.
I feel like it's coming up a little bit because a lot of people are buying like abandoned houses and fixing them up and rehabilitating them and everything.
How to keep the young people here?
You really can't. Because there's no jobs except for McDonald's. It doesn't, because we don't have jobs or anything other than McDonald's, Dunkin' Donuts, stuff like that. It's all fast food. I hope they open up some more businesses. Well, if they bring businesses, more people will come.
What keeps you are here?
What keeps me here? My family.
Your family?
Yeah, that's literally it.
If you can't find a job, how you stay here?
I don't know. I don't know.
So you may go to Chicago.
Yeah, a lot of people work in Chicago that live here.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
What's your name?
Naya.
If that comes to play, I'm all for it.
What challenge you're facing living in the city?
Employment. There's not a lot of jobs in Gary. You got to literally leave outside of Gary to get a job. There's no stores. There's no places to work in Gary. There's nothing in Gary. I got to go to Chicago. I got to go outside of Gary to get some money. Then I got to come back. Then I come back to Gary, but then I got to go back outside of Gary to spend some money because there's nothing.
How do you think about the future?
And we work it out and we stick together. Gary can prosper, but we have to stick together. It's like crabs in a bucket. Everybody trying to pull everybody down.
What's your name?
Tim.
Tim, thank you.
All right.
Yeah, bye.
Have a good one.
Although Gary has a lot of abandoned houses, but the people who remain here, look how beautiful these houses. They are still doing their best to live well. The downside of this city is the lack of job opportunities. After all, it only takes 10 minutes to drive to Chicago, where there are a lot of job opportunities. I stayed in this city for 2 days. The people I interacted with were all very friendly. I didn't feel any danger. Just like one of the guys told me, if you are good, you won't get into any troubles. Lake Michigan is just a few minutes drive away, and Gary's location is truly special. In a country where many states face water shortages, Gary is right next to this great lake and close to Chicago. Driving here all the way from Los Angeles, I've seen countless neighborhoods and places to live. Based on the surroundings alone, Gary has a lot of potential. The future of this city is uncertain, but so many people have chosen to stay. They still believe in this place, and that gives me hope too.